So this was POP quiz 7, which was related to atomic structure and the body. In the first question, you have to write the relative charge and the relative mass. What is the relative charge of electron? That's -1. Neutron does not have any charge, and proton is +1. Relative mass, because proton and neutrons have the same mass, so when we take a ratio, it will be same as 1:1. So relative mass of neutron is 1, proton is 1, which shows that they have the same mass. The second part, magnesium 12 and 24 and 12 and 25 isotopes are there. We have to complete a table because it's both are atoms. To be an atom, it will have equal number of proton and electron because there is no charge. So if there are 12 protons, there will be 12 electrons. Here also 12 protons, 12 electrons. To get a neutron, we take a difference 24 minus 12. So this will be 12. 25 minus 12, that will be 30. Why magnesium ion is having a charge of 2+. So why it is having a, like, why the charge of the ion is +2 or 2+, which it shows that it will have like 2 extra proton then, or there are 2 more protons than electron. If it was having like magnesium atom does not have any charge, what is the reason for that? Because it has equal number of proton and electron. But why magnesium ion will have a charge of +2? Because it has 2 extra protons compared to electrons. Or 2 more protons are there compared to electrons. Then magnesium ion, which is +2, with the electronic configuration of 2 and 8. Give a formula of the following particle, which is having the same electronic structure, means it is having 2,8 or 10 electrons. A positive ion. So which positive ion will have, like magnesium positive +2 is having 10 electrons other than magnesium? Which positive ion? So when we check, if you see sodium is 11, like 2, 8 and 1. But when sodium will lose electrons, so sodium ion will have 2,8. Magnesium is already magnesium +2, which is 2, 8. And when you check aluminium is 13 proton. But when we have aluminium +3, because group 3 +3, so it will have 2 and 8 because it will lose 3 electrons. So magnesium ion, because the question was which positive ion is having a same electronic configuration as magnesium positive ion, like Mg +2, because a magnesium atom is having a configuration of 2, 8 and 2. And the magnesium ion is having a configuration of 2 and 8. So the question is, which positive ion is having the same configuration as magnesium positive ion, magnesium +2. So when we check sodium atom is 2, 8 and 1. But if sodium loses 1 electron, sodium ion, it will have 2 and 8. So it will match with magnesium. Or you can check with aluminium. Or we have aluminium. Aluminium is 2, 8 and 3. Aluminium atom. But aluminium ion, because it loses, group 3 lose 3 electron. So it will be 2, 8. So aluminium, sodium and magnesium ions, they have the same configuration. So here I can write sodium Na +1, or I can write aluminium +3. Is it clear, this part? The first part of B? Which cation or a positive ion is having the same configuration as magnesium? The next one, which negative ion is having the same configuration? Like these are the positive ion. Now we have to check a negative ion. So when we check the negative ion, if you check nitrogen is 7. Nitrogen atom is 7, which is 2, 5. But when it will turn it, because group 5 gain 3 electrons, so nitrogen will be -3. When it is -3, it means it gained 3 electron. When it gains 3 electron, it will become 2, 8. So nitride ion or nitrogen -3 is same configuration as magnesium +2, like 10 electron. Or it can be oxygen. Oxygen is 8, so it means 2,6, the configuration, oxygen atom. But oxygen belongs to group 6, so it will take 2 electron when it turn into an ion. So when oxygen is -2, it will be 2,8. So oxide ion, or it can be fluoride, which is 9. So 9 means 2,7. But it belongs to group 7, so it means it can gain 1 electron. So if the fluorine gains 1 electron, it will turn into fluoride ion, and the configuration will be 2,8. So any one of them we can write. We can write nitride ion, oxygen ion, or fluoride ion. What about carbon? Carbon usually does not form ionic, like does not gain electron easily. It prefer, like group 4 element, they share electron rather than transfer electron or gain electron. That's why. So the negative ions we can write, you can write nitride ion, or you can write oxide ion, or you can write fluoride ion. They all have the same configuration, which is 2,8. An atom, like atom means which does not have any charge, and the configuration is 2,8, which is 10 electrons. So which atom is having a 10 electrons? When you check the periodic table, that is neon, having 10 proton or 10 electron, which is having a configuration of 2,8. So atom, that is neon. The negative ions were nitride ion, or any one of them you can write, not all three. And same thing, you can write here sodium ion or magnesium plus or aluminum plus. This question is about the sodium and compound of sodium. Describe the bonding in metallic. What is, and you may draw a diagram. When a question is optional that you may draw a diagram, then you should try to draw a diagram, so that in case if your explanation is not complete, you will score the marks from the diagram. So better draw the diagram. What a metal consists of? A metal consists of a lattice of a positive ion, and the delocalized or the free electrons are there. So regular arrangement of the positive ions are there. And electrons are there which are free to move within the structure. And whenever you draw a diagram, it should always be labeled. So this is the cation or the positive ion, and these are the free or the delocalized electrons. But how you score 3 marks, like how the marks are distributed? 1 mark you have to mention, like there is a lattice of a positive ion, like regular arrangement of the positive ion. 2nd mark is for mentioning there are free electrons. And the 3rd mark shows the attraction, like there's a strong attraction between the positive ion and the delocalized electrons. So, or electrostatic attraction. So strong, what is the ionic bond? Like bond, metallic bond basically. It is a strong electrostatic attraction between the lattice of positive ions and delocalized electrons. So strong electrostatic attraction between the lattice of a positive ion and the delocalized electron, that is known as a metallic bond. Then describe how solid sodium conduct electricity, how metal can conduct electricity by movement of electrons. the electrons can move in the structures. That's why they can conduct electricity. And how ionic compound can, if the question was how ionic compound can conduct electricity, then you should mention by movement of ions. Name the type of a bonding in sodium chloride. Sodium is a metal and chlorine is a non-metal. So when metal combined with a non-metal, what kind of bonding they will have? They will have ionic bonding. Why sodium chloride conduct electricity when molten? Like when we melt an ionic compound, why it can conduct electricity? Because ions are free to move in molten state. Molten or aqueous state, the ions can move easily or flow easily. But in solids, like in a solid, the ionic compound cannot conduct electricity because ions are not free to move. Is it clear, this one? This was the pop quiz 7, which was related to atomic structure and a bonding questions.